courtesy of our friends over at The View. When I say our friends over at The View, I mean the low IQ idiots who are on panel at The View. And yes, you are a complete stupid idiot. My God, she is so stupid. This is the same lady who thinks everything is racist. Everything and everyone is racist, except Hitler and the Holocaust. Genius, Whoopi Goldberg.
Ben Shapiro brands The View a dumpster fire of half-baked liberal takes, where hosts peddle mainstream myths as wisdom. Pause, but what happens if he storms their stage? Will he shred their arguments or face a rare defeat? Zoom in. This could be the debate of the decade. Before we dive in, smash that like button and subscribe. Your support keeps this fire blazing. Uplifting beat, let's unravel why Shapiro's obsessed with crashing The View's party. What explosive showdown awaits, and why these hosts might regret inviting him to their so-called lion's den. Comment below. Can Shapiro outwit them all? Stick around to find out.
Lifelong ambition to actually be a guest on The View. They'll never have me on, of course, because it would go horribly for them. But
let's be real. Ben Shapiro walked into The View's chaos expecting a fight. But Whoopi Goldberg's nonsense hit a whole new level. Pause, Shapiro. A Jewish man unleashed fire on her jaw-dropping Holocaust comments that left millions stunned. Slow zoom. Her words weren't just wrong, they cut deep. And Ben didn't hold back. Dramatic music. Why did Whoopi's remarks spark such outrage? And how did Shapiro's takedown shake the internet? Show viral clips. Comment below. Did Whoopi cross a line? Stick around, because what Ben said next might just blow your mind in this epic clash. Uplifting beat. We're diving deeper into this show. Don't miss it.
Holocaust isn't about race. No. It's not about race. No, it's about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
No.
In a jaw-dropping moment, Whoopi Goldberg claimed the Holocaust wasn't about racist statements so wild it left Ben Shapiro speechless. Pause. For a Jewish man, this wasn't just ignorance, it was personal. Slow zoom. Shapiro tore into her, calling it the most absurd take he'd ever heard, exposing her disconnect with brutal facts. Dramatic music. How could Whoopi say something so reckless? And why did Shapiro's response go viral? Show viral tweets. Comment below. Was Shapiro's takedown justified? Stay tuned, because what he said next turned this clash into a firestorm. Uplifting beat. We're unpacking the fallout from this explosive moment. Don't blink, or you'll miss it.
It's not about race. But these are two white groups of people.
Not only is that the worst clip in the history of The View, that is the worst clip in the history of television. Like, all of television history.
Whoopi Goldberg's bombshell claim that the Holocaust, of course, wasn't about race calling it just two white groups might be the most jaw-dropping gaffe in The View's history. Maybe all of TV. Pause. Ben Shapiro pounced, exposing her logic as a train wreck. For someone who sees race in everything, how could she miss the Holocaust's brutal racial roots? Slow zoom. Shapiro called it a slap to history's face, and fans erupted online. Show viral reactions. Why did this spark such fury? Comment below. Is this Whoopi's worst moment? Dramatic music. Stick around, because Shapiro's next move in this clash might just redefine this showdown. Uplifting beat. We're diving into the chaos. Don't miss it.
Goldberg is obnoxious and stupid beyond all measure. The Holocaust was not about race. Ask the Nazis. The entire Holocaust was about race. All of it. Which is why they didn't just pick on Jews who observed Judaism. They picked on anyone who had quote-unquote Jewish blood. The entire thing was about race.
For Ben Shapiro, the Holocaust isn't just history's a searing cornerstone of human suffering. Pause. So when Whoopi Goldberg shrugged it off as man's inhumanity to man, Ben's blood boiled. Slow zoom. Her flippant words didn't just distort facts, they trampled on the pain of millions. Shapiro, a Jewish man, called this a gut punch to history's truth, sparking a firestorm online. Show viral posts. How could Whoopi downplay such a tragedy? Dramatic music comment below. Does this gaffe end her credibility? Stay tuned, because Shapiro's next strike in this battle might just change everything. Uplifting beat, we're unpacking the fallout from this explosive clash. Don't look away.
And inhumanity to man. Nope. It's about a genocidal attempt to exterminate the Jews, which has a thousands-of-year-old history. And yes, it was rooted in race.
Ben Shapiro's fury isn't just personal, it's a Jewish man's raw outrage that Whoopi's clueless claim aired to millions without a single pushback. Pause. How could anyone call the slaughter of 6 million Jews anything but a racially driven atrocity? Slow zoom Shapiro slammed this as a betrayal of truth. Okay? A broadcast blunder that stunned the world. Dramatic music, why did The View let this slide? And what's the cost of such silence? Show viral outrage comment below. Should this have been challenged on air? Stay tuned, because Shapiro's next move in this firestorm might just shake the media. Uplifting beat. We're diving deeper into this scandal.
And
Turn
yes, what
away.
a complete stupid idiot. My God, she is so stupid. This is the same lady who thinks everything is racist. Everything and everyone is racist, except Hitler and the Holocaust. Genius.
Ben Shapiro isn't just gunning for Whoopi Goldberg's blunders. The View's entire cast is a factory of jaw-dropping ignorance. Pause. From Whoopi's wild claim equating the US and Israel to terrorists like Hamas and the Taliban, to other hosts' unhinged rants, Shapiro calls their show a black hole of stupidity. Slow zoom. These aren't just slip-ups, they're a pattern that's sparking outrage online. Show viral clips. How does The View keep churning out such chaos? Dramatic music comment below, which host gaffe tops Whoopi's. Stay tuned, because Shapiro's next takedown might just bury their credibility for good. Uplifting beat. We're exposing more of this circus, don't miss it.
Comparing the US, Israel, Hamas, and the Taliban as all terrorist organizations. And she has maybe way more knowledge and experience in the very complicated Middle Eastern relations. But I did find that being on a foreign committee and comparing the country to a known terrorist, those are organized terrorist communities, that, not Israel, but Hamas and the Taliban.
When Ben Shapiro heard that comparison, America and the Taliban, in the same sentence, he practically short-circuited. You could see it. That mix of disbelief, outrage, and "is this real life?" etched across his face. Because, let's be honest, how does someone with Whoopi Goldberg's platform reach and influence manage to spew something that catastrophically ignorant on national television? But Whoopi, she doubled down. No retraction, no nuance. Just full speed into the wall of absurdity, and she brought viewers with her. Her response didn't just raise eyebrows, triggered a collective jaw drop. People weren't just confused, they were shaken.
And that depends on who you talk to.
Right. Well, I mean, that's how they're recognized as terrorist organizations.
But it does depend on who you talk to.
Well, they're recognized in this country.
Depends on who you talk to. Whoopi, always available to sign in to both compare Israel and the United States to terrorist organizations, and also compare terrorist organizations to apparently not terrorist organizations. Like, Hamas is not a terrorist organization?
Let's see what Ben has to say on this.
Oh, man. It is amazing, because Whoopi is sort of seen on this show as sort of the wise old sage. And I have to say, you need better sages.
The worst part? It's not just what Whoopi says, it's how everyone else lets it slide. Most of the time, the other hosts don't challenge her at all. When they do, it's not to correct the nonsense, it's to keep the peace, to avoid rocking the boat. Ben Shapiro doesn't just roll his eyes at this, he's genuinely disturbed. Because to him, The View isn't just misinformed, it's dangerous. It's a place where brainless, fact-free hot takes don't get corrected. They get celebrated. And God forbid someone on that panel shows a hint of independent thinking. If you don't join the daily chorus of delusion, you're not just ignored, you're singled out, treated like a threat. On The View, conformity isn't encouraged, it's demanded. And that's exactly what Ben is calling out.
Interesting that a lot of the English language has to be rethought. Blackmailing is negative, black sheep, negative. I can think of a few others if I had the time, but Those words are kind of like embedded in our psyches and maybe need to be changed. Why is a black sheep a bad thing and a white sheep is a good thing? Why? They're just sheep.
Well, it's not the words. It's not the words. It's the way we think about
It's
it.
beyond scary when you realize The View has been airing for years and checked, unfiltered, and relentlessly divisive. Every week, they push out headline-baiting sound bites that don't inform. They inflame. They don't spark dialogue. They ignite political warfare. Ben Shapiro often mocks the show as a full-blown circus only. This one's dressed up in empowerment slogans and fake virtue. These women parade around like they're the champions of equality. Yet in the next breath, they unload some of the most reckless, inflammatory nonsense ever broadcast to a national audience. It's not just hypocritical, it's dangerous.
You're right, Joy. Probably they started saying black sheep versus white sheep, not because of the commonality of the sheep, but because of black people in like rural Europe. Nailed it. Yeah, it's about what, African American sheep. This is so stupid. It's about black male, like black people male in the.
But
The View isn't just limited to Whoopi's blunders, Joy Behar. It's also made her fair share of outrageous comments. Ben can't help but notice that these women seem to disregard basic fact-checking and truth in favor of making grandiose statements that fit their liberal narrative.
I don't think that kids in this country are learning our history. They're not learning about slavery. They're not learning about Jim Crow. They don't understand the history of black Americans in this country. If they did, they would then understand white privilege better. So my suggestion is start teaching this stuff. It's deplorable, again, that word, that they do not learn history, period. I mean, people who are young, under 50, don't know who FDR was.
Ben doesn't let Joy off the hook either. Kay points to her constant eagerness to defend black Americans, a move that might seem well-intentioned, but so often spirals into dangerous territory. Instead of helping, her remarks end up reinforcing the very stereotypes she claims to oppose. Take one of her recent rants. What are we talking about? We all learned about slavery, Jim Crow, FDR. But Ben fires back. That's not the issue. The real problem is the wave of day-driven nonsense flooding public schools, where kids come out knowing nothing about FDR or real history, just that everyone's a victim. And when Joy tries to play the ultimate ally, she steps right into a rhetorical minefield. Ben calls it out with zero hesitation. Cause the scariest part isn't what she says, it's that she doesn't even realize how harmful it is. The online backlash? Massive. People see through the virtue signaling. If Joy keeps spiraling like this, she might just snatch Whoopi's crown as The View's reigning queen of absurdity.
What is she talking about? We all learned in school about slavery and Jim Crow and FDR. Honestly, it's the people who are teaching DEI crap in public schools who actually don't care whether the kids know who FDR is. The kids don't know the first thing about history, but they know that people are.
I grew up in a world where a woman who looks like me with my kind of skin and my kind of hair was never considered beautiful. So, do her words resonate with you at all?
Because you're a black person?
Now let's circle back to one of Whoopi's most cringeworthy moments, a real gem in the highlight reel of hypocrisy. Remember when she scolded men for daring to have an opinion on what happens to fetuses? She practically exploded on air, declaring that male voices have no place in the conversation. Ben's reaction? Pure gold. He didn't just mock it, he dissected it. Because here's the kicker. If liberal ideology is supposed to be so inclusive, so progressive, then how is one of their own Whoopi Goldberg dropping statements that could be seen as both transphobic and ageist? It's a head-scratcher, especially coming from the same political side that demands everyone else walk on eggshells to avoid offense. The double standard is staggering, and Ben is the first to call it out.
You men have any eggs or the possibility of carrying a fetus? How dare you talk about what a fetus wants? You have no idea. I'm fine if you disagree with abortion. I have no problem with that. My problem comes when you tell me what I need to do with my doctor and my family. How dare you? How dare you? How
some women can't be men and some men can't be women? Are you saying that unless you have eggs, you're not a woman? Is that what you're saying, Whoopi Goldberg? Also, if that is the new standard,